The Newseum is owned by a foundation that celebrates the achievements of journalism and the importance and vitality of a free press in America and around the globe. But on the third floor is a sobering exhibit for the thousands of visitors each day. The names of 2,323 journalists for print, TV, radio, and news websites who've died while doing their jobs, trying to get at the truth.
With the courage shown by so many journalists around the world every day, the risks they take to tell their stories on a daily basis, that tells you just how necessary journalism is, what a hunger there is for it. Because journalism, or at least good journalism, really is sunlight in a world that is often very, very dark.
Holly Williams, who's covered for CBS in Syria and other war zones, spoke as 18 new names were added to the Newseum Journalists Memorial.
Some of the journalists who lost their lives this past year went about their work knowing that in doing so they were making themselves targets.
Of the 18 who died, 4 were struck down in Iraq and 3 in Syria. And in the not-so-well-known civil war in southern Sudan, a reporter from Philadelphia, Christopher Allen, was killed. His mother spoke at the memorial.
Our son practiced a style of journalism that sought to bear witness to conflict. He dedicated to covering himself, to covering what he felt were invisible wars. Chris was intensely curious about what motivated people to make the choices they did in regards to defending their country and their ways of life.
Another one of the 18 now added to the memorial, Kim Wall, the Swedish journalist who was writing a profile of a Danish submarine inventor. That's all. Prosecutors say for some reason he tortured and killed her in the sub in Denmark. Sometimes journalists are targeted by powerful people who want to shut them up. Last month in Ukraine, there was the very unusual case of a Russian journalist faking his own death, urged by Ukrainian authorities to do so, to catch alleged hitmen sent by Russia. On this wall in the Newseum are the names of journalists who didn't have the luxury of any tricks or police on their side. They paid the ultimate price. In free countries, sometimes we take information for granted. Some who disagree with what's being written or broadcast these days accuse some of us of producing fake news. But some people die while searching for the truth because the public has a right to know. Dan Raviv, I-24 News, Washington.